A moment of silence for the children, for they have finally passed and left us eggs. I even managed to get footage for you to show you what that looked like. So I had set them up once they had gotten sick, right? I did that by putting them in a bunch of single battles and making them lose over and over again to Grace Novamon. So anyway, when they pass, they start beeping a bunch, and apparently you can shake them like madness to bring them back from the brink, but, you know, for our purposes, we wanted them to pass. So instead of getting left with a computer, they actually gave us eggs. They actually were like, huh, and then baby eggs popped out. So can I clean up this poop? This seems a little inappropriate. No? Today, we're going to hatch one set of eggs, and then tomorrow we'll hatch the other set. I like to do this because it staggers out the evolutions and it makes it more exciting for me. Instead of just having like, oh my god, they both evolved! I get like, wow, it evolved, and then the next day I get, wow, it evolved, you know? It's responsible. It is the responsible way to have fun with these. Hold on, there's a spider web on my lamp. I don't know why there's a spider web in here. Aren't they only supposed to come in when it's cold outside and they're looking for warmth? Because it is hot outside. I actually couldn't tell. Like, I'm having trouble white balancing and light balancing out this camera before I start rolling, because normally I'm like, okay, my hand is like shining and I can barely see it. It's too bright. But lately I've been getting like really tan from all the Pokewalks I've been going on. I went to a crazy ultra long Pokewalk because it was like Go Fest this last weekend, right? And they had different spawns out and they had Lugia out for raids and stuff. And I went out from 8 in the morning until like 5 p.m. and I went out with a couple friends and we were just downtown and it was like 100 freaking degrees. It was awful. But I had water and I had sunscreen and I really wanted Pokemon. I did get a Lugia. I also caught a whole bunch of snow runs, enough to finally evolve it into a Glalie, where I named it Snowball, and then what its IVs were, because I'm one of those Gary Oak scum that actually care about IVs. At least in Pokemon Go it makes sense, because if you're catching multiple of them, you might as well get the best one, right? Because in the main Pokemon games, you're only catching like one maybe of that type, unless you plan to do competitive and actually do want to farm IVs, then I guess that's a different story. Anyway, back on track. We're going to do one egg set today. Now, the eggs that everyone were voting for, and I mean, I say voting lightly because we didn't put out a poll or anything. I was just kind of gauging the public interest and also considering the ones that I wanted to see, and what I saw mostly in the comments were, people were interested in, of course, Ludomon's egg, the new Shield Digimon developed just for this device, but unfortunately, they won't be unlockable until we have 20 Digimon in our album, so that will have to be next gen, and I'm really enjoying this. I'm all for doing a third run of this. It also seemed like Nightmare Soldiers had some interest, and I'm totally down to do that one. That one's unlockable from the start, or at least from the point that you have a child Digimon. A few of you also wanted to see the Lopmon egg, and I would like to do that one as well, but that one you need 35 Digimon to have in your album to get that one. So that would require us to do a fourth run, and again, I'm very fine with doing that. The number of eggs that they have in this one compared to VPAT version 20th is really good. And what's more, there are more eggs that have actual diverging evolution paths instead of just, here's your like main 4 or 6, and then the rest of these extra eggs just have one evolution line, try to have fun with it, I guess. There are those in the Pendulum version 20ths, but there are less of them. There are some that actually they're not full branching paths, but they're like, they go off in a fork, like you can at least get one of 2 different paths, and that's still better than just one, And then for the fourth one, I saw interest in the 20th Virus Busters, and we could do that as well. That's unlockable already. So looking over what is interesting to people, and also what I want to do, and also what, most importantly, is what's available to us. What eggs do we actually have in the first place, right? I know for a fact we're going to be running the eggs that we unlocked by completing singles and the tag team tournaments, so we'll be doing those. And then I guess that for the other 2 would just be the 20th Virus Busters and the Nightmare Soldiers, which is also cool. I want to run Nightmare Soldiers, and I want to try to get Lady Devamon so I can Jogress them with an Angewomon Copymon. You know what we'll get, right? A pretty cool Digimon, anyway. I guess I won't spoil it, but we'll see. Assuming that you can Jogress off Copymons, I'm quite certain you can. So we can take a copy from, like, any of our previous album Digimon, I believe, and send them over. So it'll be great. We're expanding our album, and it's all good. How long have I blathered on without actually starting these eggs? All right, so this egg is what? Oh, it's showing us the eggs we've unlocked. Ooh, okay. So I already recognized 2 of those eggs, as this is the version 20th Virus Busters. This is the Ryudamon egg. Ryudamon, not to be confused with Ludomon, the new one for this virtual pet. There's Ludomon and then Ryudamon. Or I guess maybe you can call it Ryudamon. Anyway, it's also kind of roughly a Shield Digimon. And then this one is, who's that? Is that Dorumon? I think that's Dorumon. You get Dorumon by just straight up clearing 100 battles, but we've already done that one kind of recently, so we'll pass on Dorumon. I want to start these at the same time. We'll also go ahead and see what we got here. Oh, this is the 20th Nightmare Soldiers. There is Vorvomon's egg, and there's the Dorumon egg. So we're going to start with, hey, focus, focus. We want this one, and we want the Vorvomon egg. Begin. Yes, and did it clean up the duty? Did it? Oh, it actually like full-blown restarted. It's like, no, buddy, you gotta go with these eggs. Okay, Vorvomon has a singular evolution path, so knowing what they'll digivolve into, like, I actually haven't looked at that. They only digivolve down one path, right? But I'm not spoiling it any of it for myself. I do believe, however, it does just kind of stay an angry, fiery, red eyes, black dragon-looking Digimon. And then the 20th Virus Busters actually is like the Virus Busters in that it's, you know, the popular kind of Digimon, at least the original Zero one was, but the 20th Virus Busters kind of puts a twist on it. It's all, you know, when you beat Super Mario World and you go back and replay and all the Koopa Troopas are wearing Mario masks and everything's all different colors and it's awesome. It's kind of like that. Instead of Agumon, we get Bushi Agumon. Instead of, well, anyone else, we get Guillamon. So it's pretty cool. So like, Guillamon, I guess, is the good path. Agumon would be the less than perfect path. Either one, you get really cool Digimon, so I'm excited for that one. Huh? Oh! I love how staggered out that sound was. There you are. We got a Botamon and... Oh! Hey! Oh, sorry. Is this out of focus? So it did leave the poop. What the heck? Oh, and you guys retain your Copymon? Oh, that's cute. It's like you got little butlers. Yeah, there's Mokumon. We actually had Mokumon in the DV Pet Alpha run we were doing. Or I guess we're still technically kind of doing, just I'm doing it in between things. 2, 3, 4. There you go, youngins. Now, how many shakes was it for the babies? I never really figured that out. Do you think it's 10? I'm gonna try 10. Okay, apparently it wasn't 10. I guess as long as they're baby 1, let's just go nuts. Let's just go nuts. Woo! I just shook it like crazy and we got the... I'm not used to seeing Copymon going in at the end there. That is amazing that they actually retain Copymon alongside them. So yeah, there's the egg that will hatch tomorrow. Tomorrow we're going to start the Nightmare Soldier's egg and the Eudamon egg. It's going to be great. So for these two, I don't have any particular desires on how I want to run them. The Vorvomon, we just need to take really good care of them to get them to Digivolve. Since we had them actually drop eggs last time when they died, these guys already have a plus 10% chance to... I didn't shake it while they were in eggs, did I? Oh my god, you guys were probably screaming that the entire time, weren't you? Oh god! I just wanted to make a good show. I just wanted to talk and tell you what happened and keep things interesting. But now I've messed up 10% of our evolution chance. What was the point of me going through all that time letting them die? I'm so sorry, everyone. They'll probably still Digivolve though, right? I mean, plus 10% already. And then last time, the guys that had only plus 10%, they also Digivolved into Mega, right? Okay, withhold your scold, okay? Withhold, hashtag withhold the scold until they don't evolve into Mega, okay? I'm pretty sure they'll still do it, right? We won't mess up the next one. The next eggs we hatch tomorrow will definitely shake them. Moving on, same thing with the 20th Virus Busters. I just want to take the best care of them. I like Guillamon and I like Bushi Agumon, so like, I don't particularly mind what happens. So I gotta like watch these guys constantly and take the best care of them. Like, Lord forbid that we make ever a mistake because I've gone and screwed us with probability here. Shake it 100 times during eggs. Trying to do this on YouTube. What was I thinking? Jose Leonardo said, you should draw more Greymon and Hoomon with champion belts or trophy from the tournaments. I'm not saying you sound like that. My voice just kind of went out there from yelling about not shaking the eggs before they hatched. And then I just kind of went with it. I'm gonna sound like a smoker before I'm an old man, and it's gonna only be because I don't shake stuff before it hatches. That's gonna be a weird story to explain to the doctor. Also my grandkids. Also everyone. But you'll understand. Okay, War Greymon and Hoomon holding a trophy, and also a bonus Kakujo stuffing protein pills, and there's Copymon also over there. Oh, they Digivolved. Okay, we got Kodomon and Puchimetamon now. Ew, look at you two. So you are familiar, yeah? We haven't seen Vorvomon or anything even remotely like Vorvomon yet, but we will soon, I imagine. Oh, look at that, you weren't even that low. Because I'm the best digital pet caretaker. And no one can refute my power. I guess we should start with the trophy, considering it's going to be, after all, the most on the front of the thing, right? Now, we want to be careful, because so far, it's about to not be symmetrical. And oh my gosh, I will throw such a little fit if it's not symmetrical. Close enough, never mind. There, a foot, and I already have to do a whiteout thing. Great. So yeah, try not to think too hard about the fact that he's a bird with pecs. And also about the gender disparity there, because, you know, like, in Pokemon, they've started slowly adding in female and male variants of Pokemon, but in Digimon, like, I don't know. I guess it's my own prejudice that I'd be weirded out by a bird with boobs, but, like, yeah, maybe it's just me that has something to think about. There, that's not weird or upsetting looking at all. Hoemon is the perfect design. Don't be silly. Now for Vorvomon. Oh man, this is going to be the most nerve-wracking part, which means I should probably shut the heck up because, yeah, this is just... Oh man, so many overlapping parts. I have to remain conscious and aware of what is where, okay? Because Vorvomon's got, like, belts on his arms holding this thing together, but then he's also got this metal piece that just goes over the entire fixture. And then this is just the easiest part, just the entire actual shell. Just kind of goes over in a whoop-de pattern. This part is masked off in black. This part down here, you can't see it behind the winner's cup that I definitely didn't put on purpose, so I didn't have to draw a hand. And probably just put a couple lines here to convince people that there were definitely going to be like muscles and stuff drawn there. Oh my god, I just realized that this could be like Snoopy and Woodstock in the future doing their little dance. Oh, Snoopy! What happened? Just gonna draw the little stars. These are stars, okay? They're not flowers. They're like chubby stars. I guess flowers are just chubby stars. You know what? Don't steal that from me. That's gonna be my Tumblr name. Now to just quickly scribble in a Kakujo and a Copymon, and we'll be good to erase and then begin masking in black the areas that need to be masked in black. Oh, Copymon is so perfect. And what's more, they copy everything that's perfect. This entire drawing, actually, is pretty much just like a comic I did on Patreon for yesterday. And, I mean, it's different. The outcome is different. The joke is different. But it does involve a lot of pills. And Angelomon. Alright, let's erase the pencil before we start masking. First, we're gonna white out a couple things that we messed up here and there. Oh! I also forgot Vorvomon's shield. Oh, I just know I'm smudging that white out I just put down. No! Where? So we're gonna do hatching. Most of the hatching is going to be on Hoemon on their body, because his body, without the feathers, is quite dark. Also, his under chin is dark. The top part of his mask might take some light hatching, but since this is metal, and then Vorvomon's got a lot of metal on them as well, I might try to hatch that just a little heavily without going all the way to the edges to try to convey that. I don't know. We'll experiment, huh? Kind of like that, you know, since that way it looks like there's still that highlight under the breastplate because it's metal. All right, I guess that'll do for Vorvomon. Let's go on to Hoemon now and hatch all that. Hatch, 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 hatch. Okay, we are done. Jose Leonardo, thank you for the suggestion, and it looks like Azure and Noir are going to be just fine. And assuming I take perfect care of them, they should still digivolve into Mega Form, right? I mean, look at this. Effort's already halfway up to the required. I have to get this finished before 12 hours passes when they turn into child form. I want the best. Only the best. And then the rest, I suppose, is up to fate. Definitely not me. I can't control it. Not with 100 shakes before the egg hatches anyway. Why do I keep talking about that? Everyone, thank you for watching. Thanks for coming by. Thanks to our patrons for supporting my channel, especially Cookie Face Shifter and Zombie Eater. And I will see all of you tomorrow. Have a good one!